How is your health then?
Oh my God, this fucking week. I've
Yeah.
I've been hacking the lung, bro.
Yes.
Thankfully,
Oh
it's
my God. Yeah. Sorry.
like
Yeah. But
no,
I,
no,
I,
no,
I
no, no.
agree.
Yeah, like
Like
it's
same.
been
Yeah.
mutual hacking, man.
Yeah.
But
There has been hacking. Yeah. Hacking has been occurring.
yeah, so for one thing, dumb motherfuckers at the fucking emergency warning system.
Oh.
Like it's like 11 o'clock in the afternoon. I have already left for work. Like I didn't realize that we were going to be dealing with an event like this,
Yeah.
and so I don't think twice. I just go. I think it's a regular day. I'm driving down the street, uh, get onto the freeway. I'm on the freeway, stuck in traffic, and all of a sudden I get the what I thought was like a an Amber Alert thing.
Sure. Yeah. You get a
And it was like, yeah, air quality control problems. You should be wearing a mask right now. And
yeah.
I'm like, well, fuck you, man. I'm already out. Like, what the fuck am I supposed to do? So I went the entire day not masking up. Then I had to go into work and clean up a gas grill
Oh.
and scrape carbon off of shit, get the ash
Yeah.
and burnt stuff out of there.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
That
Yeah.
fucked
Yeah.
with my lungs on top of it. I go home and even worse is my dumbass needing to go for a cigarette in the middle of work.
Oh well. That.
So
Yeah. I'd be
I know
like.
I'm like double I'm like smoking 4 Cuban cigars at this point and can like if you're including the air quality.
I would like to smoke 4 Cuban cigars.
Be like a Looney Tunes character or something.
Yeah.
But
I
yeah,
would like to
man.
smoke a cigarette, is what I would like to do.
Oh, don't do it, man. Once you
Kitty,
pop, the fun don't stop.
Buddha's got the right idea. I wish I could buy 3 loose cigarettes.
Loose
Yeah.
500 cigarettes.
I,
Have you seen that bit from the Orville?
yeah, it's unbelievable.
Uh,
The whole,
I've never seen that
yeah.
series, but it looks good.
That's on the table. That was discussed as things we may watch.
Ooh, that if that's in the lineup, I'm there for that, man. If I
Yeah,
if I don't have to work.
it might be one of the spaceship shows. Yeah, it's there are a few episodes that have really unbelievable funny bits, and one of them is the Klingons eating the cigarettes, and
hmm
another
Um,
one is the robot gets into a relationship, and he gets some advice about how to break up with a human woman if he doesn't want to be in the relationship anymore. And do you know where have you seen this? It's on like
Fun
I
concept.
it's so fucking funny because she comes in and he's a robot made out of metal. It's not like Data or something, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
He's a robot and he's wearing like dirty, like tidy whitey underwear and a dirty white undershirt. And he's like drinking a beer on the couch. He says something like, yeah, he says something like, I have been awaiting my evening meal and now I have become irate. It's like, it's fucking so funny.
So
Yeah, a
good.
lot of the things the robot does trying to, emulate human behavior is probably some of my favorite shit that happened. But yeah, I mean, it's hit or miss. Some of it is kind of dumb. Yeah,
I mean, it's Seth MacFarlane,
yeah.
I mean, nobody's like on like that all the time. But like when Seth MacFarlane's on, man, he seems to he's got it going. And then like we're talking like season you know 26 of fucking Family Guy. It's just like, okay, man, like I know you're not part of the writers' room, but you need to pull the plug on this. It's
Is
getting
that
bad.
show? Are there like episodes of Family Guy like coming out like
Still, yes.
every week, or when a season like
Uh,
26 episodes?
Give or take, if I remember right, yeah, something like
Like
that.
it's like regular. Woo.
Yeah, like regular TV.
I feel like I had this conversation with someone recently. You may
Dude,
have
they
been
still do
involved.
American Dad.
Yeah, people, there still are TV shows. People still make TV shows that are 26 episode seasons that come out on TV. You have to have Fox 12 or whatever to watch Family Guy on
Fox
Sunday
12.
nights. That's what it was for in my
Yeah, yeah,
you
yeah.
yeah.
Here we have Fox too.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it was
But
12 where I
yeah,
was.
I knew what you meant. But yeah, like yeah, like on like the HD channels, there's still regular live television or aired television.
It's crazy that they still have that.
Uh, sometimes those old people don't want to deal with all those apps and they want to be told what to watch, which is predominantly The Price is Right, Judge Judy, and Steve Wilkos.
I do feel like I do feel like that is missing from culture, and I don't know exactly what like mechanically the solution would be. I mean, one of the things is I like how we get together on certain days of the week to watch a certain show. That kind of thing I
Mm.
like because it, you know, extends sort of the appreciation for what we're watching, but and it's also a social thing to do. But it's fuck boy, what was I saying? Watching. No, I think culturally, everyone should watch ER on Thursday nights. I think that like it would be good for culture if there was something that was on that we all had to watch, even when it's something like people watching Game of Thrones or The Walking Dead on Sunday night, and then talking about it with other people outside of their households, or maybe even people talking to people outside of their households at all, is would be good for culture also.
Oh my God, I was there. I just had like a really, really long yaw. Fuck.
Yeah, I
Okay,
feel you, man. I feel you. I'm
dude.
feeling better than I was feeling yesterday, but I have been my circadian rhythm is in the fucking trash,
Oh, dude, my like work has absolutely tanked
man.
my sleep schedule. Like, and the thing is that like I don't get home like amazingly late, but like I'm still like
Yeah, but you're
hyped up and
fucking
running.
yeah.
Yeah, so I don't get to bed until like 2 or 3 o'clock in the fucking morning,
Yeah.
and then I wake up at like 10 o'clock and realize that like I don't have time to do anything else before I have to get back to work at like 2:30. Like
Yeah.
because so like the traffic getting into downtown's so crazy, I usually leave like 2 hours early because the lunchtime traffic
Whoa.
sucks that fucking bad. Because if I don't leave early, I'm stuck in traffic for like an hour regardless.
Dude, I mean, yeah, the traffic is always shitty around here, but I mean, that's like you can't even expect to use the roads if it's taking you 2 hours to get somewhere local. It's like, what are we even
Well, I mean,
what
not
are we
like
even doing?
not necessarily, but like I also like having a like
Oh
I don't
yeah,
like going into
you like
work
to have
straight
a
after.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, a little bit of wind down time. There's like that really neat coffee shop up the street. Go in there. I'll like I'll read Worm or I'll listen to some music and play some Magic
Mm, mm.
and just kind of vibe out for like an hour or two before I usually get in like 45 minutes early because I like going in early and writing myself a prep list, seeing what I need before I get in there instead of doing it at like as I'm trying to get everything together. Feel it's a easier workload when I realize what I'm doing.
That's smart. That's yeah. It's good to yeah.
Not stress yourself out where it's unnecessary.
Yeah, it's good to plan. It's good to read the entire recipe before you do any of the steps or gather ingredients. Man, do you I'm sure I'm positive I've mentioned this to you before, but I like one of the most amazing things I ever saw was a person that I knew. He wanted to make these cupcakes for his girlfriend that involved cookies that were stuck in the center of the cupcakes, and I told him I would help him bake. And at first, he had this peanut butter cookie dough, and it was like the fork crossed peanut butter cookies. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
And those are kind of gooey. Like the cookie is kind of a soft, kind of softer
Yeah,
kind of
it's
cookie. So that
yeah.
wasn't, it turned out to not be the kind of cookie that we needed to use. So he just looked up, so I looked at the recipe that he actually was planning on using. And like, this should have been my clue that like, he like looked at the recipe and he said, well, instead of this cookie dough, I'm just going to buy the peanut butter cookie dough. So like, it should have been my
Oh
first
yeah.
clue that something that, he was
Something
like
was amiss.
the kind of person that would just patch in something else, right? So anyway, I was like, yeah, so I was cooking the cupcakes and I was like, go to the store, buy this list of ingredients for the cookie, this shortbread cookie. That's going to be the other part. And when he comes back, and I'm also drinking, by the way. I should maybe mention that there was alcohol this entire day. But
I mean,
I was working on something in the kitchen. We were doing a bunch of cooking, and I kind of notice what he's doing out of the corner of my eye, and I kind of know. I've kind of already thought to myself. It's kind of one of those things. So yes, it's one of those things where you kind of think to yourself, better keep an eye on this person, and then you're kind of like, well, come on. I mean, he's it's not a
oh
child. I don't right.
yeah.
So I kind of out of the corner of my eye, I start seeing him over at the prep area, and he's throwing some stuff in the bowl, and I look over there and I say, "What are you doing?" And he's just the first thing on the recipe is the list of ingredients, the ingredients I sent him to go to the store to get. And so what he is doing upon returning home is he is just measuring out what it says for the ingredients on the recipe, and he has put all of the ingredients into one bowl. Just without reading, he just took everything, the wet, the dry, one at a time, just put it all in one bowl. And one of the
Yeah.
things was like all we had of one thing, so I had to send him back to the store.
Yeah, and for those out there that don't know, uh, when baking, you don't do that.
Mm-mm.
You don't just toss everything into there and expect an equatable,
Yeah,
outcome.
there was like a stick of butter in there with like flour and sugar and like
And
whatever
probably
like
not
a
sauce,
baking powder. Yeah.
not softened,
No.
not ready to be creamed. Nothing. It's just a hard stick of butter, a whole bunch of flour,
Dude,
the eggs,
check this out.
everything.
Check this. There was a vanilla bean in the bowl.
No.
Yes. He seriously just looked at the ingredients and put all the things in the that was the expensive part. That's when he had to go back and get another one.
The cook in me is dying listening
I
to
just
this
made him.
story.
I made him go back and get the whole thing again. Is actually what I did. I was like, just go buy everything again. Don't do this.
My God, dude, that's oh man, that is yeah, the like worst case scenario of any baking adventure is doing something like that.
For the shortbread, there were definitely a bunch of steps, like mix these dry parts together with this, get the baking powder, mix it with this, to mix the wet part with this. Like it was definitely,
Yeah, yeah,
it was
and
definitely more complicated than what he did.
and there's like science behind that stuff,
Yeah,
like
there's
some
reasons you
chemistry
do
shit.
that. Yeah, yeah,
There's
yeah.
reasons you do that shit.
Baking is fucking chemistry. Like there's like
It's alchemy, man.
you can
That
fuck
that is the
around if you're
truest form of
like
alchemy.
if you're gonna stir fry something, you know what I mean? If you're out on the grill, you can fuck around a bit. Like if you're trying to bake a cake
Mm.
or bread, like you gotta
Yeah,
kind of you gotta follow
taste
the
as you
instructions. I think
yeah,
that's what he
you
thought.
can't taste as you go. You can't
Yeah,
like adjust on the fly like you can with like cooking and stuff
yeah,
like
you gotta
actual
follow
cooking.
the steps, and yeah,
You have to
yeah,
follow the steps or know enough about the methods of what you're using to get the final product that you want, and then you can adjust from there. But at the same time, though, like more often than not, like people have set recipes for like baking stuff and and methods to bake things. Like there's reasons why
it is
things are the
known.
way
We
that they
know how
are.
to do it. Yeah,
Um,
man, I'm gonna eat a big meal. I'm
oh, speaking of big meals,
gonna cook a
you've
bunch
been
of food.
staying away from the poop lettuce.
I have, I believe that I have avoided any type of diarrhea causing, yeah, parasites due to poop lettuce or any other vegetable. I have been shopping at my farmers markets. I bought one tomato from the grocery store early on, and I did eat it, but I feel and it's not like you don't really like cook a tomato. I could have peeled the skin off the outside, but I was like, whatever. I got a tomato. I would like to eat a tomato, so I ate it. But I've not pooped. Have you been having diarrhea? How
No,
is your
thankfully,
diarrhea?
my diarrhea has been fantastic. Thank you for asking. Uh, no, man, I thankfully avoided it myself. If I do like leafy greens and things like that, I try my best to watch where I get them from because like I don't know, I don't even eat romaine lettuce anymore
Yeah, because it's
because
always
it's always fucked up
it's
and
always
it's
something.
always
There's always some
it,
romaine. Is it usually romaine? Because it kind of seems that way
it's
to me.
99.9% of
Yeah,
the time romaine lettuce that causes like E. coli, all this
yeah.
other shit, and it's mostly
Listeria.
due and listeria, and it's mostly due to the fact that these that a lot of these companies are just basically reusing poopy water from the fucking cows, thinking like, oh,
Oh, it's
cows and fertilizer, it makes sense, and just spray shit water all over everything.
but they've actually just sprayed it on the vegetables. That okay.
They straight up just sprayed on the vegetables and basically inoculating it with fucking E. coli and
So cow poop
shit.
water, not
Cow poop
I thought it was
and
Oh, and
humans
human.
too, and
Do,
human too.
does human shit fertilize the field? Just like
No, it does not. No, it just
aquaponics. You're not supposed
no
to
that.
use shit from meat-eating animals.
Yes,
There's
that
a
is correct.
pro tip for anyone doing any hydroponic gardening with poop.
Mm-hmm.
I don't
Or
know. I don't know if
or
all herbivorous animals have the right kind of poop. I don't know.
uh,
I'm not a poop expert, to be clear.
I'm not a
We
poop expert either,
we
but
have
I know
at
that
times we have talked a lot about poop, but yeah, from an amateur perspective.
we are merely amateur poop
Yeah,
enthusiasts.
that's right. Yeah.
But like I don't know, the only thing comparable that I could even like think about when as it pertains to that was an episode of House where a cop was illegally growing pot in uh like in his apartment complex and he was using pigeon poop.
Oh,
Uh,
do they eat meat?
well, I mean, they pretty much eat whatever they possibly can, I believe. But I believe that they might be omnivorous,
I
maybe.
think
I'm
people
not
use
sure.
like chicken and duck poop in their fertilizer, maybe not in their
Yeah,
compost,
and I
but
think more often than
again,
not, it's usually
I'm not a
fine.
poop user either. I'm not even a
But I don't and I
I'm
don't
not.
remember.
I'm. Look. I'm
Yeah.
actually not even an amateur poop enthusiast. I'm not any kind of. I want to be very clear. I have.
After
Like.
we went to the amateur poop enthusiast convention, shame on you.
I know one or two things about poop, but I am not. I'm just. I don't. I'm not an enthusiast. I don't. I don't like. Basically, I've already said everything I know about poop, but because I presented it as though I knew, like, make sure to avoid the carnivore poop because that's the kind of poop you want in your compost or whatever. I don't even know if you
Mm.
put any poop in the compost. Fertilizer might be a separate thing. I know a little bit about making compost, but
I
when we
couldn't
went
tell
to
you about
the
that.
when we went to the poop convention, I was being polite.
I was just being polite.
I was in the presence of poop enthusiasts. And I didn't want to be like, well,
Well, I honestly don't care
I
about this shit.
I don't
And
care.
an audible gas filled the room.
I just don't care for poop. So I don't know. Yeah, actually, I guess I don't.
And a full grown man fainted. It was horrible.
What I Christ. What I'm really not sure about, yeah, is how if you have any type of poop, how you turn it into like fertilizer. I don't know anything about handling or using poop in the
I don't
garden.
know
So
necessarily know the process about that either.
even the carnival poop tip, listen to no. If you ever hear me talking about poop like I'm an authority, I don't listen to any of my poop advice. Don't put it in your garden.
You all of a sudden get like a summons for court because like somebody took
Yeah,
your poop advice.
right. Yeah, I don't want to be liable for anything that happens for anyone putting poop in the wrong place. Jesus Christ. Okay, so
But speaking of poop in the wrong place, I don't even know how that fits. But anyway, yeah,
there was some
11.
poop on some curtains in this reading.
Yeah, there was definitely
There was some
some
poop.
definite shit. There was some poop stuff,
Yeah.
mostly involving dogs, at least in this one.
Yeah, Jesus Christ. So we are on, yeah, this is yeah, quite an opening here. We are on chapter arc 11 of Worm by J.C. McCrae, notorious serialized web novel, a bajillion 7,000 pages long, 1 bajillion and 7,000 pages long. Yeah, and right up here we have young Rachel, who's not allowed to have a dog. She's been feeding the stray dog. It's been barking all night. It's been upsetting her foster mother. So somehow, well, not that her mother exactly arranged it like that, but the dog falls into the pool. It's raining. Bitch
Oh
can't
my
swim,
god.
so she can't get the puppy out. So her foster
Oh,
mother locks bitch out of the house and closes the automatic pool cover to intentionally drown the dog. This isn't exactly the first thing that happens in this arc, but
yeah, and it's
yeah,
not to give any sort of like excuse for the way that Rachel acts, but like I mean, I would be very wary of people if that was like my experience with other people. Like, my goodness, that is the most horrifying thing I've one of the more like horrifying, like heart-wrenching, gut-wrenching things that I've read in this book so far. Just a woman just like staring out the window into the pool, into the yard with the pool, as you see your foster child trying to get a puppy out of it, and you just sit there with like this like Miss Bitters from fucking Invader Zim type glare
yeah.
as she
That's what you
presses.
imagine, right?
I
Yeah, yeah.
imagine Miss Bitters from frickin'
Super
Invader Zim
villainous.
pressing the fucking button and just hearing the whir of the pool door closing as she's desperately trying to get that dog out. Oh my god. Oh.
This is a thing you should not do if you are a foster parent. As soon as there was a puppy, I wrote down in all capital letters, "Oh no, a puppy," because obviously, oh no, there's nothing gonna be good about having a puppy in the story. You just,
Oh, I mean, shit. Didn't we learn that from John Wick?
oh man, yeah. I mean, I guess that's yeah,
And we
that's
know
a
what
pretty
happened. And we know what
primary.
happens afterwards. Like she's just like she's like Beastmaster John Wick at this point. One dog gets killed, and she goes and you know gets a whole fleet of dogs to go kill the person that killed her dog.
Hey,
Mm.
would you like to like watch Andor like right after we are done recording this, or would you like to wait until later on, like six, like we did last week, or would you like to just continue hanging out and watching TV after we?
Yeah, we can watch after. That's not a problem, man. I'll probably just
Cool,
need a sec to go probably find something to eat really quick. But other than that, like, yeah, that's totally fine.
cool, rad. We're gonna yeah, we'll do that. We'll make an afternoon of watching TV and recording podcasts.
Fuck yeah.
So anyway, bitch has her trigger event, and the dog becomes monstrous and consumes with incredible violence her foster family, starting with her mother, the rest of the family, and most of the house. And that's fucking great.
That was pristine. That was wild. Like,
Yeah. Yeah, other than that, she's kind of reminiscing on her trigger event. She has been assigned these two guys named Barker and Biter by Coyle. She's kind of thinking about whether or not she wants to be involved in any of this. She's trying to figure out if she can annoy these two men enough to have them like ask Coyle to be reassigned and if she continues annoying everyone, maybe she will just yeah, I don't know. Actually, it doesn't seem like a great plan. That's not really how you get out of a situation you don't want to be in. It's just piss
No.
off the people assigned to work with you. That's not going to work that great.
I have a guy at work that it's
Oh
kind of
no.
like that for everybody. Unfortunately, he just I don't know, just aims to just piss people off. Like he, and the thing is that he's a great cook, and when he's not a douchebag, he's a decent guy. But like, I don't know. You ask a guy a question, he looks at you like you got a cock on your forehead.
Yo, man, it's almost like when you come home and your boyfriend robot is in his dirty underwear drinking a beer, asking him where his fucking dinner is.
I am irate.
I have
Uh,
become irate.
I have become
Yeah.
irate.
I'm not sure if that's the exact line, but it's something like that. It's really
But but
good.
but I feel yeah, but I can hear that robot doing like a line like that, very like in a very C3PO meets Data-esque sort of manner. Uh, funny shit. Um,
So
let's
yeah,
see. Yeah.
she briefly in her sort of interiority, she kind of mentions a little bit of regret of fucking with Taylor and fucking everything up, but she kind of is sort of the mindset, well, I have fucked everything up, and she's kind of thinking about not being involved with the Undersiders when is there a big fight before, or is this B? There's a big fight in B. Oh wait, maybe not.
No, no, there's a fight here too.
There's a fight here with Glory Girl and
Mhm.
Brandish right
Yeah.
before. Oh, there's actually a whole bunch
It,
of
it,
things.
there's a
Yeah,
handful of
a
fight
whole
stuff.
bunch of things happen. She attacks some men that I didn't make
Uh,
notes about. Yeah,
she
a
attacks
guy
some.
shoots one of her dogs.
So a guy shoots one of her dogs, and she's like, hey, this is my territory. What the fuck are you doing here? It's this guy, a woman, and their child. And he's like, I don't know. I didn't know. I didn't know. Uh, and just begging for his life. Um, basically was like, I please, I got a wife and kids. Don't hurt me. Don't hurt
I
me.
was yeah. How am I supposed to know that we're not supposed to?
To go into your territory, and she's like, "You should have just known." And it's like,
You
okay,
should have been
pump
able
the
to
brakes there.
hear the howling.
The howl. That's
Which,
what the
by
line
the
was.
way,
That's
that's why Glory Girl and Brandish are arriving because they have also heard the howling. Because she howls. Because when she thinks about these horrible feelings from her childhood, she gets together with her pack of monsters and they scream and howl all night to keep people out of. Yeah, she's doing a good job at acting like
she, she,
a
she, she's
normal,
she,
balanced human person.
this is definitely some like Mowgli from Jungle Book type shit going
Mm-hmm.
on for sure. Like where the wild
Surrounded by
things
those
are
guys
type
from
shit.
Ghostbusters. Yeah, yeah, where the wild things are. Yeah,
um,
um, yeah. While she's tormenting these people, and she does injure the one because one of them, the father did shoot one of her dogs. Not it's not injured, but she's mad. Also because she's been
yeah.
thinking about her first dog. Um, she fucks that guy up. Um,
Oh yeah, but like the dog like practically ate his legs.
yeah, like
Just full on
great.
crunched his legs in its jaws. Like wild.
The text describes them at them hanging at incorrect angles and flopping around,
Yeah.
and
Yes.
his chest is crushed. He's yeah.
Oh yeah.
So that's
Uh
bad. This is around when Brandish and Glory Girl show up, and they do not do well against the dogs either. Bitch is fucking in charge here. She's fucking everybody up.
she's got territory and she's keeping it.
Um, I feel like our Is the scuffle kind of over before Siberian shows up? Like kind of as she kind of defeated the Capes with her dogs, and they've got because they do fly off, but then a supervillain named Siberian arrives.
Well, yeah, yeah. I read this earlier in the week, so I'm trying to have it all come back to me a little bit
Well,
because I'm a terrible note taker. Um, but let's see. Uh, about forward or dodge joining her from from the book. The crazy bitch was naked from head to toe. Her skin and hair were painted in alternating stripes of white and black, like a zebra. Paint would have washed off, and dye wouldn't be so crisp around the edges. It was natural coloring. Just yeah, I'm thinking of like like human soccer ball type shit, but I know it's not stripes, but like just soccer ball because of the World Cup. I assume it just immediately goes in
that's
my
why
head.
it's in your head. Yeah.
And by the way, congratulations to Spain and fuck you, Argentina.
Oh yeah, you're mad at Argentina?
Oh, dude, Argentina's been like I'm a big proponent of fair play when it comes to like sports and stuff like that, which is why I don't like, sports betting and shit like that. I feel like completely ruins the game, but that's
Sure.
besides the point.
Okay.
Argentina has been acting like fucking punks this entire fucking World Cup. Just absolute douchebags the entire series. Um, it's been phenomenal. Like multiple cases of being racist on the field, multiple cases of trying to physically harm other players and shit like that.
Shouldn't
I'm
do
just
that.
like and like don't get me wrong, like a lot of those guys are like Academy Award winning actors when it comes to taking a bump, but at the same time though, they were literally it looks like they were literally intending to try and hurt like important key players to certain teams. And I mean even at the end of the Spain Argentina game, they end up almost having like a full on like fist fight because Argentina was, just being sore losers. It was insane. I could not believe that. Just completely unacceptable sportsmanship by the Argentinians. And I feel like I should have said that in like a like sing-songy sort of like British voice of like, and there's another terrible outcome for the Argentinians because of the terrible, terrible sportsmanship. Um, I don't know. There's something about those like British soccer commentators, in particular British billiard commentators, all have this really particular way of doing um their commentary, and it's
You
almost in this weird sing-songy sort of thing.
you watch a lot of British billiard commentary?
Only because there was a TV show called That Mitchell and Webb Look,
Oh, okay.
and
Okay.
they parody a group of billiard announcers, and I'm like, do
Oh,
they
okay.
do billiard announcers really? And mind you, they were just getting like the joke was is that these guys were getting overly personal about the personal interactions that the commentators and the players that are playing on the field, have had before. Like one of them was like, "Oh yes, he's a fine young man. He's a very attractive man, a very sexy young man. I consider him to be my very sexy friend." Sort of stupid shit like that. But that was from a parody of that.
Yeah.
And then I actually went and I watched some, and they it's like they talk like they're trying to do like a golf game, and then
Okay.
they go, "Oh yes," and uh, uh oh yes, there's you gotta wonder what's going through his mind after his divorce in particular. Oh yes, I sincerely wonder what's going through his mind as he makes this shot, and what a terrible miss. you know Stupid shit like that.
Okay.
you know
Billiards.
um But yeah, billiards and soccer commentators have the wildest uh they have wild reads. They have really wild ways of calling the games, and it's just I don't know. It's just funny to me. It's just really really funny to me. Like or like hey, shout out to the Spanish commentators with the really long goals. You know, those are fun. But anyway, I'm going way off the rails here. What the fuck am I talking about anymore? I'm high. Fuck this.
Me too, man.
But
Um,
but yeah, so Siberia shows up out of nowhere. Bitch is like, dude, get the fuck off my territory. And they have a simple little conversation as bitch tries to send her dogs to attack. The dogs actually relent and become friendly towards Siberia, which was really weird. Uh,
yeah, each of these little stories is about one member of the Slaughterhouse Nine trying to recruit a new member.
Others. Hmm.
And yeah, they all seem to, a lot of them seem to have people's powers not work on them. She also has some kind of power over animals. She has a lot of animal flavored stuff going on, including the stripes and spots and flashy nighttime eyes. But yeah, I don't really. I do recall Rachel kind of being like, "Okay, yeah, if you need me to join the slaughter," I feel like she's kind of. I feel like in the end, Rachel's kind of like, "Okay, yeah, sure, whatever. I'll go with you. I'll join your gang, your recruitment." But she may or may not actually have other plans. Or actually, but yeah, honestly, I don't really recall. She may just say like, "Okay, sure, all right, I'm gonna go do it."
Uh, let's
I'm not really
see.
sure what her interior reaction to all of this is.
Oh, and then she's like, oh, and then Siberia goes back to bitch's lair and fucks up all the crew that Coil had.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
did she fuck up
oh,
Barker and Biter, etc.?
yeah, but Barker, Biter, and a veterinarian that was on site. Uh,
Boy, I don't. I took
uh,
bad notes also because yeah, I don't. Is this
the,
yeah? Do we, is this someone has someone one of her henchmen has had their face slashed and he's holding a cloth to his face and that's one of the people she
some like, yeah
kind of
yeah
leaves
there's
orders with.
people are like have limbs going opposite directions, bad
Yeah.
stuff. Um, Trails leading the Barker and Biter, who are on the ground floor unconscious, still breathing. One of the girls, the one with the
Okay.
veterinary training that Coyle sent her, was sitting in the corner, nursing an arm that dangled at the wrong angle from the elbow, sobbing. Oh,
Great.
great visuals. The blood had a pattern to it as though Siberian had painted a picture with the spray. A line drawing from each of the
Oh
injured to the center of the room where a box sat,
yes.
faintly dusted with flecks of blood. A furry bundle tried to escape, and then she stopped it. It bit her fingers. She pulled her hand back, gripped it at the throat, forced
She
it down to the ground, making her dominance clear. A husky puppy? No. A wolf puppy.
she leaves her a puppy just like John Wick.
And then left a note.
Oh yeah,
And,
Rachel doesn't know how
and
to read.
I didn't realize that Rachel didn't know how to read.
No, I didn't know if you knew
Um,
that until right now.
no.
Yeah.
Although I like this. Are you a wolf or are you a dog? Ooh.
Yeah,
Ooh,
yeah, so
interesting.
maybe we don't know what
Are
Rachel is
you
going to
meant
do
to are
about
you
this
meant for
recruitment.
servitude, or are you actually the lone wolf
The
that you claim
hunter.
yourself to be? The hunter that you claim yourself to be? Yes. Very clever. I like that. Um, and
I
then
I can see her becoming super villain, super evil, super duper,
like
super
like
villain.
like like yeah, some like S tier
Yeah.
supervillainry type shit.
She's got
Especially
she's got a
considering that
team of monsters.
but like,
Someone else on
and
this team has a bunch of monsters with him.
and for
A
somebody that
bunch of
believes
pet
in like,
classes.
yeah, like, so for somebody that believes in like pack mentality, though, it's just interesting to me that she's just like, well, yeah, fuck him. I'm gonna join this crew with like that has general loose ties that isn't like a pack whatsoever, which I find fairly interesting and
But
against her
it
general.
doesn't seem like she got along with the crew that she's in really ever. So.
No, she's definitely not having a fun time with the Undersiders, and frankly, Siberia hooking her up with a wolf puppy. That is going to end up being interesting, and I have some genuine uh, um,
Concerns about the puppy.
concerns about what the potential of, because I don't know if Rachel has ever used her powers for like an actual wild animal, not just like a feral dog or like a dog that's just been you know that was initially domesticated and then like ran off or something like
Do
that.
we know if
That
her power only works on dogs? We touch on this a little bit. Does it feel different when she reaches out to the wolf? Is that
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
That's where it gets. That's
I
what
feel
that
like it does touch a little bit on, yeah, does her power work on animals other than dogs? And it says something about her it feeling a little different when she reaches out to the wolf.
is it like the whole spectrum of canines, or is it just particularly um whatever genus that like domesticated house dogs like fall under?
Yeah, we'll find out.
I know.
I have a suspicion that it extends to other types of animals, and yeah, we have a lot of man. There is a lot. There's a lot in this section in this reading of
Oh yeah,
people
yeah.
controlling each other or people controlling animals or things. There's a lot of things being under control in this whole story,
Mhm.
but particularly this week.
Oh yes. Um. Oh my gosh, this one, the one with Theo. Oh my
Oh
god,
yeah, okay.
that poor fucking kid, man. It's bad. It's bad enough that the woman that's caring for him is kind of another shithead, especially considering that she just like up and just helps Nazis out of for
Well, she's a white supremacist
yeah.
herself. She's an asshole.
I didn't
So
realize if she had left and kind of disavowed everything after leaving. Not Hook Wolf. What was his name? Kaiser.
Kaiser. There's like that when she goes back to him looking for Aster, who she just leaves with her 15-year-old kid all the time.
Yeah, that was fucked.
But there's like a conversation about like when she's talking to him. I don't know exactly what she says, but she's like, "Yeah, I'm still a white supremacist. You know me." so
I
so
can goose up with the best of them.
yeah. Yeah, so Theo's home alone all the time, waiting for Caden, mom, aka Purity. Yeah, her fucking
I mean,
purity ass
it's Purity, yeah.
superhero bitch. Along comes Jack Slash, and he says, "We're gonna hang out and kind of talk about shit for a little while. And when your mom comes home, I'm gonna kill you in front of her for some reason." Who's he trying to recruit exactly? Purity?
Honestly, I think there's like, I don't know if they have some sort of technology determining like, I don't know, they have to have some sort of a standard for why they're recruiting these people in particular. Because like what Purity's power is that she's like super strong and can fly, and that's pretty much it. If I remember right.
She might shoot some kind of she might either project just light or she might shoot some kind of light zappery. I can't keep
Wait,
track
that's
of all
what
of
it
the
is.
light
Yeah,
based powers.
yeah. I've been losing track of what everybody does anymore. You know. Um. But yeah, just like Jack Slash is such a fucking turd, man.
You didn't like him?
Love how fucking evil like some of these characters get, which is great to me. Like
Yeah, this
I'm a fan when a villain is just like the epitome of like you know when you watch wrestling and there's like a you get a heel character and the heel character
Sure.
is just like the most vile thing on the planet. Like
Yeah, man. Yeah.
like a Vince McMahon type. Like Vince McMahon was like the epitome of like heel archetypes in wrestling to me.
He was the
I
worst.
love.
They portrayed the
Besides the
boss
fact
as
that
the worst villain.
I mean he
I mean,
was
I
a
guess that's a very
well,
funny move. I think that's his. That's I mean that's fuck
to
the
go into
boss is here. Someone kick his ass.
considering like to go deep into like wrestling lore and stuff like
Anyway,
that.
sure.
Like, are you familiar with the Montreal screw job? You know, it
No,
sounds like a
no,
terrible, terrible thing.
that's a sex move.
I was gonna say it's definitely something that you would find on like Urban Dictionary or something like that. And I would not recommend checking on what that could potentially be. But the Montreal screw job was it was Bret Hart versus Shawn Michaels in Montreal. They have their match. Basically, Vince Bret Hart was planning on leaving the WWF, and he had to relinquish the title before he ended up leaving. And Bret didn't want to do that, and basically was trying to convince. And he initially thought he had convinced Vince McMahon that he was going to be able to keep the title, go to WCW. Ends up getting screwed over by Vince McMahon, who basically calls an audible after the match is done and that Bret had technically won, and basically screwed Bret Hart out of keeping the title. It was a whole thing of oh man, was this initially part of the story, or did he just do that on the fly during the event, or and it kind of created this character of Vince McMahon is such a douchebag that he would do this to a
Yeah,
legend,
shitty boss.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so um but yeah, and just beyond the fact that he's just a fucking turd and did all sorts of terrible, terrible things to the female staff that he had and things like that. I don't even want to go into it. It's gross. Look it up on your own, people. It's terrible if you're interested in that type of reading. But beyond that, his character on the show was just vile. He was whenever he get I don't know, just when a superhero beats the shit out of a villain and everybody goes hooray, like that.
that's
Think
what it
of
was like. Yeah.
that general concept times 10. Like anytime that he got his ass kicked, everybody was ruining it.
Well,
So,
Vince McMahon
but
sure sounds like a piece of shit.
he is definitely a piece of shit. I mean, shit, he stopped wrestlers from starting a union and fired Jesse Ventura for trying to start a union within the WWE. Yeah, WWE at the time WWE now, but
Go fuck yourself,
yeah,
Vince McMahon.
yeah. And that's it for us. I'm Ron Burgundy. Go fuck yourself, Vince McMahon.
That's that's merch right there. That's a t-shirt.
Go fuck yourself, Vince McMahon.
Why not? More. We should more celebrities. I mean, I'm sure I could very easily write a list of
And
500 celebrities
shirts.
that deserve a T-shirt that says "Go fuck yourself."
Go fuck
Uh,
yourself, Army Hammer.
oh yeah. Let's
Yeah.
not even begin.
No,
Let's not even
that's
start.
heard.
We're not right now.
Not now, but yes. But anyway, so Jack Flash is holding Theo and Astor hostage.
More or
Some
less a
crazy
Vince McMahon type of
a
character.
very Vince McMahon douchebaggery
He's
villain
wearing a
type.
silver suit that's too big for him.
Mm-hmm. Um,
He
and,
makes a Fight Club type of bargain, type of fucking Tyler Durden shit.
I was thinking uh Uma Thurman's character in Kill Bill when she killed the very first assassin, or the very first assassin that we understood in the movie that she killed, the what was it, Black Mamba?
Cereal
I
box
believe
lady?
The cereal box lady, yeah, yeah, and
Does
her
she?
daughter. Mhm.
Oh, go
And then
ahead.
she goes up
I
to
don't
but
recall.
she goes up to the daughter and says, "If you're feeling that hard about it and you want to
Oh,
come after me and kill me, I'll be waiting." Like
yeah.
that is
Okay.
basically the offer that Jack Slash offers Theo at the end of it all,
That's kind of.
essentially.
It's kind of. Yeah. Is that what it is though? Is it you have 2 years to kill me, or is it like you have two
You
years
have two
to
years to get
become a
yourself
superhero?
trained up to become superhero, and at
But your
that point,
objective is to kill me. Otherwise, in 2 years, I'm gonna
I'm gonna kill you
I'm
and
gonna let you
everything that
down.
you love.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, he's going to kill 999 people. The last few being everyone he loves, and him being the thousandth. That's the bargain.
Mm, most.
Uh,
Oh man. But yeah, he's just a vile villain, and plays mind games with this teenage kid like fucking heavy duty. And I think and I found it very disturbing, but also like pristine villain writing. I will give it that.
I wonder if this recruitment phase they're doing is just ongoing, or if it generally takes up to 2 years, or yeah, I guess I don't really know because it doesn't seem like he's going to recruit this guy too quickly. We don't know really what the plan is with Rachel, and some of these, well, none of them are willing to be recruited really too quickly. So, but I mean,
But
yeah,
yeah,
I
I
don't know if
mean,
it's I don't know what their recruitment policy is.
mm, that's what I'm trying to figure out too. Is like what is the the prerequisite for all
Yeah,
that?
because in this one, I don't know if L is in C. I don't know if L who is I don't know if she's being recruited by Burn Scar here, because this is Burn Scar fighting with Fault Line's crew, which is Neuter and Gregor and Shamrock and characters we've met before.
Uh-huh.
And it's a whole chapter of a fight that they're having a fight in the streets and
Yeah,
cats and
that one I definitely
I've
zoned out a little bit on. I'm
I
not
can't.
gonna lie.
I'm at the point where I'm gonna yada yada through most of the fights unless something really particular happens. Because it's neat. They're using their powers. Neuter or Gregor is putting people out, lighting people on fire. Burnscar's got fire powers. She's very scary and cannot be stopped. And yeah, none of their fire abilities work on her. But L, who we get, L has a similar kind of. I feel like maybe
Like a
more
reality
than
shaping power sort of thing.
maybe more than once something in this reading reminded me of how Coil's power is described, but this sure did that she has. Oh yeah, fucking what's the kidnapped girl? Dina. The way her
Yeah,
power is described is very similar to the way Coil's is described, and so is this. L she has a bunch of alternate realities that she has kind of developed that have had their own timelines and the places that have kind of built up in her mind over the years. One of them being this bad place, which is um, a nightmare Freddy Krueger version of a hospital, a mental hospital where Burnscar and Elle were kept together as children. So this is,
hmm
yeah, I don't know if Burnscar is even approached. I think I don't recall because I took very
uh,
poor notes, but
but the yeah, it was some very Dream Warriors like
oh, this
descriptions
is where
of
there's shit on the curtains.
yeah.
This is the poop. We're back to the poop.
We're full circle back to the poop.
Yeah.
Uh,
this
it's great to know that there's people out there ready about poop enthusiasts. This is
is
good outreach.
this has been it's good to feel represented.
Yeah,
Seeing poop curtains.
I feel seen.
Jesus Christ. Okay. Um
I'm totally kidding. That's so bad.
yeah,
Anyway,
so anyway, they're old friends. Burnscar, who is a member of the Slaughterhouse Nine, has come to talk about old times with oh, Burnscar is actually talking about is contemplating leaving the Nine.
but she can't because
But
she's afraid that she'll get killed. Essentially,
one of them is very good at tracking people, which I'm not positive
yes.
which one that is, but yeah. So in the meantime, yeah, I honestly, yeah, I took poor notes and didn't.
Um,
Less of this is sinking in. I don't
Basically,
know.
yeah. Again, it was a very big yada yada fight, where Ella apparently has the capacity to, um, manifest these alternate reality or things from these alternate realities that she creates into the whatever realm she's occupying, basically.
Yeah, there's a
And
whole
whole thing with a statue. I
yeah,
didn't understand a bit of it.
what do you call the Incredible Machine? Do you know what I'm talking about? When a bunch of when someone gets a bunch of pulleys and crap.
Rube Goldberg
Yeah,
machine.
it sounded like that's
That's
what's
exactly what I thought that they were talking about. I'm like,
she
why is she doing a Rube Goldberg machine that will eventually dump water onto Burn Scar? Like that's the
she
silliest fucking thing I've ever heard.
she only has objects that she has like memorized from these alternate timelines that have built in her mind with that only have certain things she could use. It reminds me of the PC game The Incredible Machine, which I well anyway.
Oh,
Um do you know what I'm talking about?
I have not played this game now.
It's great. It's just a flat field, you know, it's two dimensional, and you just have all that shit. You have pulleys, you have levers, you have a hamster that runs in a wheel, and you can just hook it up together. And your objective is like get the bowling ball to this platform, and you can just use those kind of tools. Anyway,
That's fun.
so it sounds like this. So she's got a statue that's got a pitcher full of water, but she has to get some other objects like a ball that has to like you know go down a chute to knock the water into the street that's on fire. But she has to get yeah, she's got to yell to Shamrock because one of Burn Scar's fireballs destroys part of the pipes that she has manifested. So she's got to yell to Shamrock to guide the ball that's rolling down the right side of the pipe, so it
Oh my
knocks the
god.
water into the street. Yeah, incredible.
I was gonna
Rube Goldberg is happening.
like her superhero name should be Mousetrap. Like
There you
my god,
go. Yeah. So that's
that's just
you know what? And honestly, so that's fun. That's a great superhero fight. That's you know we yada over it, but that's most of what happened, and
that's pretty
that's
much it.
fucking
And
that's fucking mousetrapping it.
yeah,
Mousetrapping that shit.
Burn Scar and the Sec War together, that's a really big thing. And basically, Burn Scar's like, I want you to come with me. We had some good times, didn't we?
Yeah.
And then it turns out that Burn Scar has some very deep potential for it's according to Burn Scar, it has to do with her power. I believe she just might have had bipolar disorder, and her powers just really accent that dichotomy. Like because she's initially acting all sweet and nice and talking like hey,
Yeah.
we used to be
It's
buddies, right? This before, like this sort of shit. Like why wouldn't you come with me if you weren't my friend? Sort of manipulative, angry crap. All of a sudden, and she'd be like, I'm sorry, that's just my powers." And it's
yeah.
like
Is this the
it's a
character that it talks about how the more her powers are lit up, which is also when there's
yeah,
any fire around here, the less she feels connections to humans. Like
yeah.
she becomes a sociopath when there's fire around, which fuels her power, which makes her more of a sociopath. Yeah, that's cool. That's a neat idea.
It's a very interesting idea. Like
Yeah, that's so yeah, so that's Bird Scar, the next member that we've met. So we've met Bird Scar, Jack Slash, and Siberian.
uh, which one was this again? Oh,
Mannequin.
yeah, yeah,
We talked about Mannequin, the body alterated. The guy whose body is in a bunch of steel canisters that are all chained together with tubes and machines. Attacks Arms Master. Um yeah, and Mannequin has a whole origin story. He was gonna like set up desalinization or some kind of something with the ocean or set up some kind of place for people to live or somewhere involving the ocean or desalinization. I don't know. He was doing some great thing for all of mankind, and he had a wife and a daughter. And then the Submerge came flapping along and used its nuclear angel ray to obliterate his wife and I don't know if it was a daughter. I don't know how many children. Obliterated his family and his life work. so he became a creepy mannequin man with chains and hooks. And he's like a Cenobite in pieces, kind of, is what he sounds like.
His prayer choice includes rogues, those individuals who seeking to make it a point, make it up, seeking to make a profit from their abilities, especially those looking to better the world, and tinkers.
Yeah, he fights other tinkers.
Interesting.
Yeah, he doesn't
Ooh.
like do-gooders. He doesn't. Now that his attempt to better the world is fucked up, he doesn't want anyone else doing it.
Yeah.
So he's
If I
targeting
can't
Arms
do it, no one
Master.
can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know who else would be a good Arms Master? Uh, Carl Urban. I was thinking.
Carl Urban. Why do I
Yeah.
know that name?
Well, he's Billy Butcher in The Boys, but he was also
Yeah.
Dredd in the Judge Dredd
The
movie that's
Dread movie.
just called Dredd. Yeah, with Lena Headey.
Yeah,
Um,
he's good. I'm a fan. I'm a definite
the
fan. Him as Arms Master would be rad.
the way he wears the helmet in that Dredd movie, and I think almost
Oh
that
yeah.
entire movie you only see his fucking jaw, but he
Yeah.
still does a fucking good job. That's a good movie. Did someone like did anyone of note
I,
like direct that movie? Like that movie was like it
I
was a weird time for movies that I would have cared about. Kind of, it's an interesting thing to say, but
uh directed by Pete Travis.
oh, I got no idea.
Uh, let alone like I don't know. There's always something fucky about people with two first names for with a first name for a last name. Even worse when it's two first names.
Yeah, you don't like it?
And the utmost worst if like the first name seems like a last name and the last name seems like a first name.
Oh man,
That's when things get fucky.
it's fucking spelled Dredd. Of fucking
Yeah.
course. I was typed in Dread. I was like, why is there no movie called? Well, there was a bunch of movies called Dread that aren't this one. Yeah,
But yeah,
Pete
no, I haven't
Travis,
seen it.
John Wagner. I don't know. Yeah, I feel like this might have been related, like some producer or something. That I'm anyway. Good
Alex
movie.
Garland,
Wait, what? What is Alex Garland a writer on this?
producer.
Whoa, of Dread?
According to Wikipedia, yes.
Well, shit. Well, that's who it is then. Yeah, Alex Garland. 28 Days Later, a bunch of things recently. That's Civil War, a bunch of A24 movies. Um, yeah, was involved in 28 Years Later recently. Like all kinds of shit all over A24. Shit all over A24 is what Alex Garland does. Man, you ever
Full circle again to the poop.
you
But
you
no, but who's Mannequin fighting at that moment?
Arms Master.
Well, it says Colin. Who's Colin?
Oh, Arms Master is Colin.
Colin's on.
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't catch that. I don't
He's
remember
talking.
why.
He's talking to Dragon on like the speakerphone, but Colin is Arms Master's name. Yeah, I don't know what his last name is offhand, but
Oh, okay. I don't believe we've ever covered his first name before,
we
and
may we
I
may
can,
we may not have referred to him as Colin. No,
no. Um.
she does call him that. Dragon calls him that.
Mhm. But yeah, they go into, and I also love the fact that Mannequin is just like he's pretty much silent throughout most of this, right?
Yeah, he doesn't talk.
Yeah.
He
So
uses keyboard keys to infer that he and Arms Master are the same to be creepy, but he does not. He does not
and some
speak.
and some like
Although
why do I think about this as like Slender Man type shit?
it
Like,
is. It's like and these are all kind of like boogeyman type of characters, although one in particular is described as a superhero boogeyman. But like,
mhm.
um, no, but just like how I described him as a Cenobite. Yeah, this is like almost Slender Manny kind of just creepy, even
Oh,
just
set up.
being
I
around.
was trying to remember what that was. Yeah, the
Yeah,
Hellraiser.
Hellfire guys. Yeah, Hellraiser.
Hellraiser,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Oh, Clive Barker.
But I don't. Does I'm not sure if he does. I'm not sure if he does say anything at all because I also Colin is aware that he's being recruited, and I'm not really. Yeah, I'm
Uh,
not really. I didn't make a lot of notes in this section, so I expected I would remember, but I didn't. But Colin is, one of the people that is trying to be recruited. He's particularly being recruited by Mannequin, who targets other Tinkers and doesn't want anyone doing good science, only evil science around here.
He um Mannequin swiveled his upper body to face the other direction and reached for a shattered monitor. He picked out a piece of glass and a piece of glossy black plastic. Pressing them together, he raised it to the right side of his face, looking at Colin. Slowly, Mannequin changed the angle of the shards of glass with the black lining. It took 2 seconds before the villain's intent became clear. Colin tensed and Mannequin froze, fixing the angle of the shard. The black backing of the glass reflected an image with the angle Mannequin had carefully found. The image reflected was half of Colin's own face overlapping with Mannequin's head.
Right.
That's clever. That's creepy. I like that.
Good.
That's what that was. That's what happened. Again, I read this earlier in the week, and
Yeah. I'm
I don't
surprised.
know.
I think I said this last week, but I'm surprised how poor my because and again, like I feel like because I'm used to taking notes, I don't remember as much, and now I'm like I feel like I'm gonna remember, and I'm just like, oh, that sounds important. I'll remember that, and then I just like take the only note I have here is yeah, Mannequin origin, family killed by submerge. That's the only note I have in this section.
Mm.
So anyway, but in the end of this section, Dragon has something she needs to tell uh Arms Master.
Oh yeah, that's the other fucking thing is that Mannequin begins extruding out all these knives and begins spinning like a top.
Oh yeah.
That in my head sounded terrifying.
Yeah, that sounds really awful. Yeah, these are all really
Faceless
bad
thing,
people to
yeah.
be around.
Oh
We've
yeah.
like played around with the idea of we've done like here are the teenage supervillains that are having fun doing crimes, and now here are actual supervillains that are psychopaths that kill
We
everyone they
went
come across.
we legitimately
Turned
went
it
from
up. Yeah.
like Smallville to like The Boys in a handful of steps. Like which also by the way, been lurking on the Parahuman subreddit.
Oh yeah.
And you know what? I reading through this, I'm like, this definitely like reeks of like the origin stories to like the boys universe almost.
Yeah.
And like and a lot of
Yes. Similar tone. Incredibly similar tone. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
and what's interesting is the people in Worm are like, yeah, I wonder how like, like how the heroes from the boys universe would fare in the Worm universe, sort of like contemplating stuff.
Interesting. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
yeah, there's a lot of similarities, and again, it sincerely like again we found like all these random comparisons to a lot of media that we've consumed lately, and I'm wondering how much has been derived from this
How much of a
piece of
cultural
fiction.
crux is this thing actually?
Yeah. Let alone like how much of Hollywood has like read through this and it's just like, well, I'm just gonna pick this
I'm gonna
piece
take
out and
that.
this
Yeah.
piece out, put it onto something that I'm working on and call it good. Like, yeah, it's starting to feel like a lot of things are getting derivative, and I'm also starting to wonder if there's a potential break in the in the dimensions or something like that, and we've somehow in some manner, much like in Worm's universe, have been able to pick out media from an alternate dimension, and we are just now getting it, sort of a thing.
I'm sure that's
Again,
exactly what's happening.
and that's been Thrash's
There we
Black
are.
Tinfoil Hat
There
corner.
it
There
is.
you go.
Okay. You
um,
get one a week.
I
I
get my
gotta make
one
I
tinfoil
gotta I
hat
gotta
time.
put in a little I gotta make a little
A little jingle thing.
I'm just gonna make a little note right here. Okay. I need to be making more time stamped based notes anyway. So anyway, wow. What
Also, Dragon and Arms Master
Arms Master and Dragon, yes,
catching up
okay.
after Arms Master's fight with Mannequin. Arms Master barely makes it within an inch of his life. has a tube down his goddamn throat.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. He does. He fucks him up and leaves him in the hospital. Right.
Mhm.
Okay, and that's End Dragon is like, by the way, I can like make you a new arm. I've made arms before, which like he should understand that because he's seen her mechs. But he's like, oh, you've made arms before. Are you also disabled or missing a limb? And she's like, I should tell you my big artificial intelligence secret, my big
There's
NPH
something you need to
secret.
know about me. Dot dot
NHP.
dot.
NHP and
Oh,
NPH are two very different things. Um,
oh man.
Storm Tiger, Menja, Cricket, and Hoko and Hookwolf, the fucking Nazis are doing training by beating up their recruits. And Hookwolf says, Menja, go beat up that recruit. And then he goes, and then internally he says, holy fuck, all right, stop. I don't want everyone to see this recruit beat up fucking Menja
That
here.
bad. Yeah.
So they're all a
Oh,
bunch of
oh, yeah, no,
bozos. Their
yeah,
recruits are kicking their asses. Hookwolf's a piece of shit.
yeah.
Suddenly, all of the glass everywhere explodes. Some of the people who are wearing glasses, I saw this in Carry to the Rage in 1998 or 9 or whatever, and it has haunted me ever since. And I always think about it anytime glass shatters in a movie, especially if someone's eyeglasses shatter. I think about someone's eyeglasses shattering in such a way that all of the shards of glass are propelled into that person's eyes, which happens to several people here because Shatterbird is here to fuck up these dorks. Shatterbird controls glass, not only makes a lot of noise that blows up all the glass and knocks everyone around and slices everyone to bits, but she also just controls glass. She's got broken glass flowing around her body as her fucking super suit. And she fucks all these people up and tells Hookwolf that if he wants to create some kind of ethnocentric Ragnarok, that he can join her and they can create an actual Ragnarok by just destroying the fucking planet, I think.
And if I may for 2 seconds, down at Ragnarok.
Yeah, that's right.
But yeah. This was one that I listened to. And I'm trying to remember where I was, but I definitely kind of this was one I definitely toned out of a little bit. Not gonna lie. And then all of a sudden my
It's
ears
a
perked up with the SN word, you know.
the
Uh, what
S
I believe
S N.
SN.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't make me say it.
Oh no, I didn't.
I'm kidding. But
You fuzzed out a little bit, and I had to think about. Yeah,
oh my bad.
I didn't hear the first. I didn't hear what the first letter was. Anyway, yes.
But yeah, that definitely perked my interest back again, and then I'm like, okay, there's just more descriptions.
Your subconscious just perks up when you hear a nasty slur.
It's just like the fuck did I just hear? Okay.
It is surprising if yeah. I mean, it's because it's well. Yeah, I'll tell you what. I listened to a lot of Stephen King audiobooks that are about the 70s, and he just flat out talks the way people talk. But I did. But when you're not, but especially because there is, and I don't even want to say an amateur quality to this production, but like there's a podcasty feel to it. There's a feel like like that it is an actor speaking these lines because these are mostly amateur voice actors and podcasters doing it.
Right.
So like because of that, because it's almost podcasty and it's almost casually friendly to listen to, it is surprising to hear that level of slur.
Right. Yeah, and a lot of the people doing these are just
sorry.
Yeah, but I was just saying, like a lot of the people that do this are just they just sound like I don't know. They sound like very audiobooky, very.
Oh, a lot of them do.
Much,
yeah, a lot of them are very, very professional sounding. Yeah.
It's almost like hearing like a
But it varies.
Hearing like the announcer on the L train or something like that, you know. But yeah, and then it all of a sudden yeah, all of a sudden it's just you hear that from like an L train announcer. It's a little bit stunning momentarily.
It would be.
But yeah, but anyway, but yeah, I honestly didn't pay attention
This
too
is
hard on this one.
this is mostly a fight. This is mostly Shatterbird
This was
kicking
kicking the
everyone's
Nazis'
ass.
asses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Um,
telling Hook Wolf that he's the next recruit.
oh gosh.
And are you saying, "Oh gosh," because this is the Dina Alcott point of view chapter that we've come to now? F 11 point F.
Well, I'm just thinking about like down the line of who they're actually recruiting. Like, what's the
What's the plan? What's happening here?
what's the what connects all of these particular villains together?
Yeah, good question. I don't know. Yeah.
So, because I mean, again,
at least two of them are just chosen because they are friends with the people choosing them, kind of.
essentially, yes.
So we don't really know.
But like they seem like very adamant about getting these particular people.
Yeah, well, these are the ones that have been chosen. Yeah, someone does in a few sections. Someone does say that like once you are chosen, all 9 of them know they're gonna test you. Like you're on some kind of list. It's not like, you've been chosen. You don't want to. Okay, you're off. She's like, once I can't release you. You're on the list for everyone. They're all gonna test you. So yeah. So once you're chosen, you're like, yeah, you're on the fucking list. Bad news.
But then then we go back to is it Dina or Dinah?
I believe the most of the time the audiobook says Dinah, but I wouldn't be too surprised if if one or two of the readers pronounces it differently. You know what I mean? I feel like I just look at that word and it looks like Dina in my head, and I did one of the readers. One of the readers in this reading really did not know how to pronounce the word marquis. I'll tell you that much.
Oh yeah, Marcus. Marquis.
Straight up a mark. Not to, I'm not making fun of anyone. Everyone who worked on this did a great job. It's funny. It's like cacophony. You know that word?
Cacophone.
Cacophony. Well, the word is cacophony. You know that one, right?
Oh Jesus!
But sometimes someone will straight up say there was a cacophony, right? That's what it's like, Marquis. No, it is. That's at least 2 people in my life have described a cacophony to me.
No.
At least twice in my life, someone has described a cacophony. Yeah, for sure, for sure. Someone was like, the raccoons were making such a cacophony last night, and I was like, yo. But then when someone else did it to me a second time, I don't even know the second instance, because then I was like, oh, this is something people say, like Marquis.
Oh my God, no. Cacophony? Cacophony.
It looks like, phony.
Oh yeah, it was a terrible cacophony out there last night.
Right, you see the word phony in there, and you're
it's not. There's no phone. It's or there's cacophony.
Is it a cacoff? Like, what is where are the root words there? Do you know about the word helicopter? Have I told you this one before?
We I think we did talk about this, but just refresh my memory.
Well, it's 2 words, right? You might think it's helicopter, right? In fact, the root word copter is something you're very familiar with, right?
Right.
But where that word helicopter comes from, and therefore the word copter, which is just a broken down, or there's some actual term for it. But anyway, it's actually helico, which is like a spiral, like a helical, DNA. So it's the word helico, and pater, like a fucking pterodactyl, like a thing that flies. Yeah. Helico pater. So it's like the copter just comes from smashing. That's a cool thing about language. I like
pterodactyls.
Yeah. I just like any excuse to bring up pterodactyls. I like talking about pterodactyls.
I mean, like Terry from Pee Wee's Playhouse.
That's one of my favorite pterodactyls. I don't know what I mentioned him for some reason.
There was something that you mentioned last week, and we mentioned Terry the Pterodactyl, and then
Yeah.
we ended up on this whole discussion about helicopters. Now I'm remembering this. Okay.
Oh, this was last week even?
It was like last or 2 weeks
We
ago.
were
We
there
definitely
was
had this conversation.
someone asked me like who from Pee-wee's Playhouse I would want to hang out with. I think was like the Genesis, and I was like, well, the pterodactyl, yeah. That's a you can trust that pterodactyl. It's a good guy. So yeah, so we got another multiverse power, which is Dinah Alcott question mark, and she just sees all of these multiverses happening. Well, and she sees them as long as she lives in them. So she kind of is seeing a lot of multiverses that continue to a certain point where she is going to be dead, and that's why she can judge sort of, at least that's how she can judge the percentages of her surviving any given situation. Um, but we get a lot into how her powers work because Coil is really pushing her and trying to get her to use her powers, and she's puking and shitting. Um, a guy named a man or a woman, I don't know, named Crawler is on the way to Coil's base, and all of a sudden, Dina's powers are showing her that in like 80% of the timelines, all of them are going to be dead in fucking 20 minutes. So everyone's panicking, and Coil's getting her to use her powers so much that she's puking and freaking out, and we learn about Crawler's abilities. Crawler regenerates, and much like a Super Saiyan, every time they are injured a lot, they regenerate with stronger abilities, sometimes an ability to resist the type of injury. So if Crawler is burned, they will grow back, burn-proof skin or whatever. And so this has been an ongoing process, and not like Lung, who just gets more powerful as he fights. This guy has, over the years, gained various immunities and invulnerabilities. And sort of like Lilith trapped below the geofront down in Terminal Dogma. It seems like various supervillains are coming to Brockton Bay. This is the theory that Coil and Dina have, to seek out a character named Noel that we've barely met, who is locked in a vault below Coil's lair. But he believes that Leviathan came to seek out Noel, and also um, Crawler is coming for that reason, and we think so as well because in number G, in section G, and we'll go back to the Coil stuff.
Mhm.
I'm barreling on here, but I'm about to stop. Just to confirm that
Please.
Noel is important. In section G, the character we're following is called Cherish. Yes,
Yes.
and she at one point goes in her head. She mentions the recruits, like there's the broken assassin. I think that's Arms Master. She mentions some of the other recruits. One is clearly Bitch, and one of them is the buried girl. So I believe that is
Noel.
Noel. Yeah.
Ooh.
So that's what's going on with Coil and Dina and Noel. And Noel is she's part of the Tricksters, or whatever the group that involves Trickster and one of the other characters. And yeah, the
Oh
the
God.
Travelers is the name of the
Yeah,
group. So
yeah, yeah.
Noel is one of them. We're not sure exactly what her deal is, but she's locked in this vault, and maybe people are, well, Crawler wants to recruit her and maybe kill everyone in the vicinity. And also maybe that's why Leviathan came here as well. So yeah, maybe it is angels after all. Man, they're making a goddamn Evangelion TV show again. Fuck me so much.
Wait, they're making another Evangelion
Oh
show?
my god, do you not know this somehow?
Oh wait, wait, no, I did hear about the trailer, but I didn't know if it was like
Oh,
I thought some of it was fucking.
no. That is a real trailer. It has music by people who have worked on um, the very
Near.
near near Automata, and
Oh yeah.
musical, the people who did music for Near Automata, and also the guy that wrote it, and also other sort of, I think I saw the names of other animes and things that have been worked on by this team or some of
Gundam.
these
Yep.
teams. Yeah. So
Yep. Many things.
and like man, and I don't know how. You just show me a pile of musical instruments and a pile of rubble and play some fucking music and show me some fucking names. And I go, holy fuck. I don't know how you do that. That's quite a fucking trick to pull. Because
Mm.
boy, I can't believe they're gonna do this to me again. What the shit,
I'm
man?
intrigued. I am very intrigued.
Fuck.
Yoko Taro, man. Weird man. Yeah, don't feel rushed by my entrance or anything.
How are you? How are you? How are
What's
you
up,
feeling,
dude?
Voodoo? How has your weekend
That's
been?
good. It's been pretty good, actually.
Yeah, man.
I
You
mean,
you ate a ton of food yesterday.
yeah. I'll eat it. Well,
Cool.
I'll continue that today.
You just you've been, yeah. It's not just that. Not that you ate a ton of food yesterday. You've been eating a ton of food. You're gonna continue.
That's what I do on my days off is eat till I feel sick because why not?
Yeah,
Why not?
I might take a. We might take a brief. Once we're done, we gotta cut. We gotta cut a few more. We got two more of the sections of this chapter to talk about, and then, yeah, I might
Yeah, no, by all means.
quickly throw a food together, but maybe we'll see. We'll see how we feel. Because
Yeah, same
Thresh,
here.
you were talking about throwing something. Yeah, maybe let's throw
Yeah,
some
I'm
kind
gonna
of.
throw something together.
Yeah. So.
Might just run to Meyer really quick and get the fried chicken meal.
Oh shit, man! All right, yeah, that sounds like an okay thing
What's
to
that?
do.
Ooh, fat chicken
Oh, yeah.
meal?
Fat,
Oh,
fat, fat. I would like to. I want the
chicken
fat
meal.
chicken meal. Yeah.
They've got they sell uh like separated white and dark meat like fried chicken at Meyer, and you can get like sides and stuff like that. But I just usually get the chicken, but you can get a fucking thigh and a leg for like $2-3.
Oh yeah. You said Meyer? Is that like
Yeah.
a grocery store?
Oh yeah, so yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, in Michigan, there's in
I feel like I've
parts of
heard
the
of it, yeah.
Midwest, there's
Yeah.
Fred, what are known as Fred Meyers.
Fred Meyer's. Okay, I used to live
Yeah.
in Chicago, so
But yeah, like Fred Meyer, like Meyer is all over the place. At least in Michigan. But yeah, it's basically like your Walmart-esque, Kmart-esque like superstore type thing. But
makes
they
me
have
want
like
a
a
rotisserie chicken.
yeah, they have deli counters where they do the rotisserie chickens. They have whole hotel pans full of fried chicken and uh, fried potatoes that they dish out like on a hotline sort of thing. Uh, they even have a sushi bar,
Hey.
but it's junk. It's totally
No grocery store sushi.
no, you know, I would honestly go gas station sushi before I ever go grocery store sushi again.
I will say,
That was a bad experience.
down here.
Oh yeah,
gas
that's terrible.
gas station sushi. I don't even think I've ever even seen that before. That's crazy. Well, I mean, is that what do you consider like 7-Eleven gas station sushi?
Well, I mean, at least in Japan, those are probably good. But
Yeah.
but here, yeah.
7-Eleven is closer to gas station than to supermarket.
Well, I was mostly just referring to like just like a bottom tier sushi, and like a gas station was like the one place I could consider.
Yeah, I mean, I
place
think
to consider to get shitty food.
I'm pretty sure it is known. I'm pretty sure that it is known that you do not eat gas station sushi. Like, I've never seen one, but you just, I mean, it should be common knowledge not to.
Like even like the
gas station.
in-house made like, you know, like the tuna sandwiches and stuff like that at a gas station.
I eat tuna fish
Ew.
out at the gas station, but I used to eat anything I saw like a fucking animal. So
I don't get me wrong.
I used to get drunk all the time, so I ate it.
Yeah, samesies. And oh man, gas station like roller taquitos, pristine.
Oh yeah.
Pristine.
2 a.m. gas station hot dogs.
2 a.m. gas station
Yeah,
hot dog.
dude, anything at the gas station except the fucking sushi. And that's what I'm saying. I'm saying I have eaten every type of food you can get at a gas station, but I would never eat a gas station sushi. Not that I ever saw one.
Yeah. I'm telling you, you can I bring up HEB a lot down here. That's the grocery store that's huge. They have like an in-house like sushi station where you can see them making it.
Yeah.
And they have a really they have a really good reputation like for a grocery store having like a good quality. Like people are you walk by that station and people are constantly picking up things of sushi and They have gyoza and all kinds of their gyozas are really good too. And it's pretty well priced. Like, you get a nice like, for $8 or so, you get like 10, 12, gyoza dumplings, like all different kinds, Korean beef style. But they have all kinds of sushi. I'm not a sushi guy though, so but people rave about the HEB's in
I,
store like grocery sushi and like holy shit, grocery store sushi? Okay.
yeah, man. Well, I have not had a bad experience with grocery store sushi. I understand if you have, but mine. I don't need a ton of it. Yeah, I don't need a ton of it. But I mean, I've it's been at one point when I was drunk, I ate a lot of grocery store sushi. I can say that about basically anything. Yeah. But no, I'm sorry that you had a bad grocery store sushi experience, Thrash. But I feel yeah. I'm sure that like there are plenty of weird foods that I got weird places, and now in my head I will not enjoy that again.
But
Yeah, we got
anyway,
Cherish.
Cherish this I found really interesting because I listened to this one while I was actually mowing the lawn today,
Okay.
and then and my headphones aren't exactly the greatest, so I'm like it's like kind of cutting in and out while I'm doing the lawn, but then all of a sudden uh I hear Cherish talking about like uh oh, Alec, good to see you again, brother, and
Yep.
this other shit. Like, oh my, I was like, audible gasp, like some, like, big astounding, world building stuff actually happening right now, instead of, like, just, endless fight after endless fight after endless fight. There's some interesting shit, especially with, like, with the way that Shuri, are cherished now. For one, you don't know anything about this young girl like to begin with,
Right.
and then she goes and just fucks around with this one soldier guy, just absolutely devastates him emotionally. And then you start to understand, oh, she can manipulate emotions. Who else can manipulate emotions? Oh wait, oh shit. Oh god, what was his Heartbreaker?
Heartbreaker is their father. Yeah.
Their father, yeah. And like putting two and two together while you're reading through this, like, oh man, oh man, this is Heartbreaker's kid. Oh man, this is Alex's sister. Oh man,
It sure is.
They're meeting at this moment. Oh man, this is going to be interesting.
And they immediately become locked in a contest over which of them can exert control over the like 5 guards around them. And she's making them hate him and want to kill him, and he's physically controlling their bodies, and they're twitching and trying to, as the two fucking supervillains try to make them do opposing actions. Yeah, this is Alex's sister Cherish. She's his younger sister. She was so mad when he left home and left her alone with shithead dad that she decided to nominate him as the next recruit for the Slaughterhouse Nine, which she is a part of. And yeah, they're probably going to kill him, and that's why she did it, because she fucking hates him.
Oh yeah, and what was it? Something that I did find very interesting was her saying, if I remember right, you lose control if they're hit by enough emotion.
Yes.
So
a weakness for Alec.
A weakness for Alec. I did not realize that he had. So that's interesting, and that's where I'm wondering, like, when Alec had control of God, what is her name?
Shadow Stalker.
Shadow Stalker. What's her name? Her actual name again?
Sophia Hess.
Sophia. Yes. When he was starting to like slowly like lose a little bit of control of Sophia, was it because of the overwhelming emotion that she was dealing with in that situation?
He was He was going through her phone and sending her text combos to people on email.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody likes that. Cherish tells him that one of her plans is to wrap the Slaughterhouse Nine entirely around her finger. She is going to slowly condition them with her emotional manipulation until they're all completely under her control. And then she's going to be a real bad problem for the whole planet.
Oh yeah. Like I don't know. I have a feeling that this is going to be like Heartbreaker times 20. There's going to be some bad shit happening. And as I
Yep.
see you reaching into the stash, I'm going to actually reach for my pen. That sounds like a good idea.
Nice. Yeah. Well, I mean, if we're getting close to, we're gonna put some TV on. I'm gonna light that up. Well, maybe a little bit before that. But well, anyway, not that we're rushing along, but Section H is very long and intense. If we thought Mannequin was a bad guy, here we have Amy Dolan. Maybe it doesn't matter. She is the daughter of Carol, who is Brandish, and she's the stepsister of Glory Gal. There's some talk about how New Wave might be splitting up. Some of them are dead. That's not that important. Really, what is happening here is that, well, first of all, her adoptive father is paralyzed and cannot even speak full sentences, and has got an injury to his spine and brain which was caused in the Leviathan fight.
Mm-hmm.
Bonesaw arrives. Bonesaw is kind of like a tinker, except she's making chimeras. She's making chimeric creatures of different people smushed together. One of these people has a brain and a half inside of its head. She's making Frankenstein monsters, mostly out of capes that she has captured. The guy that was described as the Cape Boogeyman, Hatchet Face, is just one of her monsters. Who, oh, by the way, yeah, Jack Slash was carrying around Oni Lee's body for some reason. Yeah, what's up, Daisy?
Yeah, and then we find out why in this chapter.
Yeah. We're gonna watch Andor and some space TV shows next, Daisy, if you want to. Yeah, because Bonesaw combined or worked Oni Lee's body or superpower into Hatchet Face. So Hatchet Face is now not only Jason Voorhees and invincible, but he can also teleport around. And instead of just leaving a white chalk powder around, when he teleports, he leaves a bunch of blood droplets and sprays of bits of flesh and stuff, of course. God, Bonesaw is here with Murder Rat and another monster referred to as Pagoda. That might be the one with brain and a half, or it might be Murder Rat. I don't know.
What was the joke? I wanted to name them something with multiple that had to refer to the multiple
multiple levels. Yeah, one of those temples with a bunch of levels on it. Pagoda.
That's it.
So she challenges. So first of all, this is Wal, Victoria, who is Glory Girl, and I'm getting that right? Yeah. I'm not getting her confused. I was getting her confused with Miss. Anyway, Glory Girl and Brandish. Yeah, Glory Girl and Brandish are all fighting bitch at this point. This was the earliest point, so that's why Paralyzed Dad and Amy. Healing word. Panacea and Dad are home alone when this is happening. So Bonesaw, and a lot of them seem to be recruiting similar powered, or in fact, Bonesaw says, like, I can control the flesh, but I can tell that you could control, or no, Bonesaw says, I'm getting ahead of myself. Bonesaw says, you could help, when I put these guys back together, you could use your healing powers to make them knit back together into one cohesive thing. All her monsters are covered with Frankenstein stitches and
staples and stuff like that. Yeah.
So she's like, we could work together, Panacea, and you could heal them while I'm putting them together. Panacea finds this to be a distasteful suggestion.
Very much so.
So Bonesaw threatens violence against her father, and she says, this is how it's going to work. I'm going to order Murder Rat to kill your father. You have to use your powers to look at Murder Rat. It's healing, but she has power over the body's systems. So Panacea needs to figure out how to shut down Murder Rat, and she does it physically. She like snips some of her tendons and stuff. Boy, this section gets fucked up, by the way. But when Pagoda is going to do it, she cannot physically prevent Pagoda, and she sees that there are these liquids, these vials, these metal chambers of liquids that are right next to the heart. Then I don't remember exactly why she can't stop Pagoda physically, but she sees these chambers in there and she can pull on these muscles to open them up, and it's like acid or something that destroys Pagoda's heart. So she's kind of, there's a lot of the morality. She's a lot of, oh my god, I killed someone, but it was, was I putting them out of their misery? They're a monster, monsters, blah blah. There's all that. I'm sorry to, that's not really, I don't need to yada yada that. That's not really yada yada worthy. She is, this is a young girl having a problem with being forced to murder people in her living room. But when it really comes down to, Bonesaw also has a bunch of little robots with her with syringes and medical equipment on them that, at this point, that assault her father and inject his brain with acid, which is when Bonesaw starts saying, like, I know that, like, if we work together, you would be able to unlock, you would be able to heal minds. You would be able to have power over people's minds. Like, I know you're just on the edge of having this power. And here's your traumatic trigger of that acid in Dad's brain. And for months, Dad's been on the couch and she hasn't been able to heal him. So in diving into his brain in a panic and trying to heal him and having a trigger event, she not only heals him physically, but she puts his mind and brain back together. And he wakes up and starts using his powers of giant fireballs or laser beams or whatever to blast fucking Bonesaw and the monsters all over the place. They're able to escape. Mom and sister are on their way home. And she decides she has to get out of here. If she's a recruit, Panacea, they're not going to stop hunting her. She's getting out of the home because she doesn't want to bring more violence to the home. Dad's fully healed. So Victoria hunts her down. I'm really just blazing through this. Yeah, well, Victoria hunts her down. She says, why the fuck didn't you heal Dad? And, Panacea is, nervous about it, and she's realizing now that she has these powers. And she says something like, I was afraid I wouldn't be able to resist, changing things in people's minds. And before she knows it, she reaches into Victoria's mind and she flips the switch. Victoria knows something has happened. And it is revealed that the big secret that Tattletale knows about Panacea is that for the past 10 years, Panacea has had a big lesbian crush on her stepsister.
Oh my gosh,
and
yeah.
in her reflexes, now that she controls people's mind, she has reached into her sister's brain and given her a big lesbian crush back on herself. And Victoria, Glory Girl, is very pissed off about this.
Oh, very much so.
And that's chapter 11. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to, I'm not suddenly in a hurry because we have other stuff going on. I don't know. I guess I thought all of them. I actually took very good notes about that last part because all of those steps of everything that happened in that last section are very dark.
Very fucking dark, man.
Yeah,
very wild.
Extreme. This last section was gross. That was the shit. I
heard some banjos playing in that last section, man.
Yeah, a lot, man. All kinds of shit going on. Yeah, so
some hick shit.
Some hick shit. Well, I mean, it's her stepsister. I guess I don't know. I guess she was adopted when they were 8 or so. But I don't know. I'm not defending anyone that's fucking their stepsister.
So the character,
some backwoods shit.
No, but
well, I mean, considering the internet nowadays is considered very normal, which is fucked up.
Would you say that? Would you say that it's considered normal?
Dude, the constant joke is about stepsister porn,
Yeah, but that's a joke.
No, that is a consistently major consumption community problem. It's actual the actual consumption of that type of stuff is obscene these days.
That is a problem.
The joke of it is
bad for culture. Yeah.
Well, and that's the thing is that I don't know if it's because of the joke of it or people are actually getting off to this, which is the weird thing. Because again, America freaking me out, man.
Anime. America is there's a lot of
anime are fucking everybody up.
There was a gentleman that used to be on this show a lot that showed me a lot of anime where young men had crushes on their stepsisters or maybe even just their sisters in some of them. So I don't know if anyway. That's
Okay, what was that? Fruits basket?
I don't know. That gambling planet anime was one of them. No game, no game, no life.
Oh, I never saw that.
Irregular superhero high school was a big sister crush anime. Yeah, there's a lot of sister crushing in anime. I don't recall if there wasn't. There was just weird little kid stuff in When They Cry. There's a lot of we saw a lot of anime that had a lot of weird shit. This episode of this podcast has covered a lot of. I'm gonna put
really
some
weird topics.
I'm gonna put some kind of wording. We're talking about slurs and racism and Nazis and pedophilia and fucking your sister, poop on the curtains.
Poop on the curtains.
Everything's gone to hell.
Poop enthusiast conventions, like
I am not a poop enthusiast, amateur or otherwise.
Neither am I. I just play one on television.
Anyway, thank you, Thrash. Thank you for joining us, Voodoo. Awesome to talk about Where. I'm glad we're doing this crazy ass piece of internet art, piece of internet history. Seriously, I mean, really, yeah, crazy ass piece of internet history. But yeah, thanks, guys. And
thank you.
How much longer? How like are you guys like halfway through it? Like where are you at now? Like what's
we're 11 out of 30.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. So you're
third of the way through it.